Hi, Alvin DeLeon here, and you are watching episode 55 of the 3-Minute Health Tip. And in this episode, I'm going to talk about unexplained weight gain. Obviously, when we're talking about unexplained weight gain, we need to rule out emotional eating. You know, the idea that despite working out 3 days a week, you're over consuming foods and snacks that are high in calories, and that's sabotaging your ability to lose weight. So you've got to rule that out first, that your weight gain is not because you're over consuming high caloric foods and that you're not using up enough energy through your physical activity. If that is the cause of your weight gain, I definitely recommend you seeking out a fitness trainer or a fitness expert in your area. Instead, what we're going to talk about in this health tip is unexplained weight gain using the knowledge of the 5 biological laws and GNM. So this is the person that is not eating any different than they normally eat and has not changed their workout routine. They're still running or exercising 3 or 4 times a week, and yet they still can't seem to lose weight, or they even feel like they're gaining weight. This could also be that child, that 6 or 7-year-old that seems to be gaining weight, is looking a little overweight, and yet they eat the same meals as the rest of the family. They don't eat necessarily that much more to cause the weight gain that they're having. So when this is the scenario that you find yourself in, then we're looking at this now as a potential biological conflict. And so the organ that's involved when it comes to unexplained weight gain is the kidney collecting tubules. And the kidney collecting tubules is controlled from the part of the brain known as the brainstem. And the conflict shock that impacts the brainstem is often related to what's known as an abandonment existence conflict. An abandonment existence conflict could be any scenario where you feel out of place, where you feel rejected, where you feel like you don't belong. It could also be a situation where you just feel like people don't understand what you're dealing with or what you're going through. You feel alone with your symptoms or your situation. It could be an existence conflict where you feel like your life is at stake. You're in a hospital emergency room, you're in an ambulance, and something's wrong. You've been given a certain diagnosis, and there's a fear around your health that your life may be at stake. So this scenario of feeling an abandonment existence conflict will trigger a biological program that closes one of the kidney collecting tubules, causing increased water retention or fluid retention that often leads to this unexplained weight gain. So this comes from a very biological program that's ingrained in animals, including fish. You know, a fish that gets thrown onto the shore, in order to not dry up, will withhold water, close the kidney tubules, retain water until the next wave comes and brings it back to the sea or the ocean to keep it alive. And so we run a similar biological program whenever we feel out of place, we feel we don't belong, we feel misunderstood. Those of you that are dealing with this, it's important to recognize, when did I start to have this unexplained weight gain? What part of my life? Is it my relationship? Is it my family life? Is it my work life that I'm feeling abandoned or that I don't belong? One way to confirm this is your urine output. You're going to notice that during the time that you're retaining the weight or you're feeling abandoned, there's not a lot of urine output. You're not going to the washroom that often. You're not peeing out a lot of the fluid. The things that's important to do if you are dealing with this unexplained weight gain is, number 1, recognize what part of your life is it that you're feeling abandoned. Number 2, find out who you can be with. Who is it that I spend time with, that when I'm with them, I feel like I'm part of the pack. I feel like I can be myself. I feel understood around these people. And you're going to know, because when you spend time with those people, you're going to the bathroom more. So number 2 is you got to find people that make you pee, and you got to spend more time with those people. And number 3, during the time that you are retaining this water, you don't want to drink a lot of fluids. You don't want to drink a lot of water. I know it sounds good to be drinking 8 to 10 glasses of water a day, but that's only great if you're not running an abandonment program, if you're not retaining water. Otherwise, the more fluid that you drink and consume and the less that you pee out, the more you're actually retaining, the more weight you're going to be putting on. If you are dealing with this, it's important to, again, recognize where it is that you're feeling abandoned, like you don't belong, like your life is at stake. Who is it that you can be around that makes you feel less abandoned and makes you feel part of the pack? And can you consume less water until you start to notice that the water you're consuming is almost equal to the amount of urine that you're excreting during the time that you're no longer feeling like you're abandoned? I hope that this health tip helps those of you that are looking to close this biological program and shed those extra pounds of water weight. Good luck in that attempt, and please let me know how things go, and if you have any feedback on this. Thanks as always for your attention, and I'll see you at the next episode.